The next topic we have after the measures taken by the Britishers after the War of Independence is the contributions of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. So, contributions of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan has been divided into four subtopics. We are going to be looking at them one after another. The first one is relations with the British. What he did to improve the relationship of the Muslims with the British. So, the first thing he did was in 1860 he wrote the Loyal Mohammedans of India. In this book, he protected the Muslims, defended the Muslims from British accusations, and he gave a detailed account of the loyal services of the Muslims to the British. He also highlighted the names of few Nawabs who were really loyal to the Britishers, like the Nawab of Patiala, Nawab of Rampur, Nawab Abdul Latif. He also demanded British to end their hostility against the Britishers, as they were not only the orchestrators of the war. Secondly, he also wrote a pamphlet which is known as The Causes of Indian Revolt. In this, he convinced that the Muslims were not completely to be blamed for the war. And in this pamphlet, he pointed out some reasons in order to convince them that Muslims were not the only one behind the war. So what he said in this, that there was lack of Indian representation in the government of India, there were forcible conversions of Indians to Christianity, and there was a poor management of Indian army. So in this way, he tried to make the Britishers realize that they also had mistakes behind the War of Independence. The next thing he did was he cleared the misunderstanding of the word known as Nadarat. Basically, the Britishers thought that Indians, especially the Muslims, they used this word as an abuse for the British. But he told them that this word basically means, it's taken from an Arabic word which means Nasir, and Nasir means helper. So it depicted their positive image of being a helper, not taking Muslims as an abuse, using an abusive word for the Britishers. Next, he also wrote Tabainul Kalam, in which he pointed out the similarities between Islam and Christianity, because Muslims also knew very less about Christianity, and the Britishers also knew very less about Islam. So this book basically pointed out the similarities between both the religion, and he tried to figure out the differences between the two. Lastly, he also formed British Indian Association, in which he wanted both Muslims and Britishers to increase their cooperation, meet with each other, and sort out their queries. The next work of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan is education. So the first thing in this regard he did was he formed an Urdu journal which was known as Tehzeebul Akhlaq. This journal basically contained the articles from influential Muslims who agreed for a new approach to education. So these influential Muslims were heard by the rest of the Muslims, who made sure that the Muslims are supposed to bring about a new approach in their educational standards. The next work he did was he formed a scientific society at Ghazipur. Scientific writings were basically translated from English, Persian, Arabic to Urdu, so that the Muslims can easily understand the scientific works of the other regions. And in 1866, he issued a journal called Aligarh Institute Gazette, so which was easily available and accessible to all the Muslims. Next, he opened new schools in Muradabad and Ghazipur. He also opened an MAO college, which was set up in 1875. The school and college was basically set up on the pattern of English public school system, as British were not allowing its affiliation with Muslim university outside the territory. So basically at that time, this system of education was formed on English system. Right. The next thing, that both in this school, both Western and Indian education was provided, so that the Muslims cannot question that our children are only gaining the Western education. Lastly, he set up Muhammadan Educational Conference in 1886. It was basically raised it was basically made to raise the educational standards amongst the Muslims, and it also played a role in establishing a political platform for the Muslims, in which they can give speeches and stand for their rights and improve upon their educational strengths. The third work made by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was Hindi-Urdu controversy. Basically, what happened was in 1867, the Hindus demanded Hindi to be the next official language in place of Urdu, as Urdu was very dear to the Muslims because of its history, because of the sacrifices being made by the Muslims for its preservation. So it was a language which was really dear to them. So this was a severe attack from the Hindus on the Muslims, and basically this was the main factor that pushed Sir Syed Ahmad Khan to two-nation theory. Now, what was two-nation theory? It was basically that Congress was working for the Hindus' interest, Mainly, as you can see earlier, that they demanded Hindi to be the next official language, which was basically, it basically harmed the Muslims. This approach of the Hindus made Sir Syed Ahmad Khan refuse to attend their meetings, and later on he organized a body which was known as United Patriotic Alliance. It was a body, it was, you can say, as an alliance made for the Muslims to protect their rights. In 1893, it became Mohammedan Defense Alliance. So Mohammedan Defense Alliance basically means that this alliance was made for the protection of the rights of Muslims. After this, Hindu-Muslim rivalry also increased, as Sir Syed, he has shown his reaction to the Hindus' action of changing Urdu official language to become as Hindi. So now the rivalry increased, and what happened actually, which was the usual practice of the Hindus, that Hindu extremists, they started playing loud music outside the mosque, so which was again a reason of resentment of